Hello everyone, I hope everyone is well and I welcome you to my channel. My name is Lorraine and my channel is Lo's Life and Lessons. I'm very excited to do this video. First of all, you can't miss that Oscar is on my bed behind me. Now, I feel the need to explain something about that because it's kind of unusual, but before that, I want to share with you my scent of the day, which is Amethyst by Lalique. This is a gorgeous, fresh fragrance. It's just perfect for the fall. It's a floral fruity, released in 2007, and it's fruity all right. It has notes of blackcurrant, blackberry, blueberry, pepper, peony, rose, musk, woody notes, and bourbon vanilla. It's a very girly fragrance, and you can really smell the berries, especially at the opening, but it does dry down to a beautiful, long-lasting musk. It's herbal and smells a bit woody, and it's my scent of the day. I don't usually let Oscar come into my bedroom, and there's a reason for that. I've had this furniture that you see behind me for about 4 or 5 years. But before that, I had furniture that was a bit old, and I didn't mind if it got scratched because he would jump up on that dresser and go onto the window ledge and look out the window, which of course would be great fun for a cat. And I didn't mind. But this furniture is made, I don't know what kind of wood it is, but it's a soft wood. And oh my gosh, every time he jumps on it, he scratches it and just leaves a scratch. It just broke my heart when I first saw that. So I can't let him into my room because that's the first thing he wants to do. Now, occasionally, he will just come in and just go on my bed and stay there. So that's what's happening today, but I don't usually let him do that. And we'll see if he stays for the whole length of this video. Anyways, today I'm going to get ready for my day. I hope that you will join me, and I'm going to use the new e.l.f. products that I just purchased, and I'm very anxious to try them out. I have tried out the liquid eyeliner, and I'm going to try it again because liquid eyeliner is not something that I usually use. I've had this from Mario. This is a eye primer and powder. I've had this for a whole long time. It's expensive, but boy, do I ever like it. It really primes the eyelids, and I love that powder. So I use this just about every day, and it's lasting me a long time. So I don't mind paying the price, really. Anyways, yes, well, imagine. So I guess about 3 weeks ago, I got to thinking, there are overweight, older models. I see them on store websites modeling plus-size clothing. I see them in magazines, although I don't read magazines that much these days. But anyway, I thought, you know what, there must be a market for that, and more all the time, right? Because the baby boomers are just taking over the world. So I looked around, and sure enough, there are a couple of modeling agencies in my community. One in particular that has been around since 1970, which really impressed me because they must be doing something right if they have been here that long. So I filled in the online application, and I said that I would be interested in modeling and even acting because I can see me having some fun doing commercials. And lo and behold, within a week, they had sent me a message asking me to come in for an interview. Well, I was just thrilled. I like to take a little swipe of this powder, which is a translucent powder, very, very fine, and I just like to kind of dab it all over the eyelid. I find it really helps the eyeshadow stay. And by the way, I have prepared my skin this morning by washing with a gel cleanser. I have applied eye cream around my eyes, vitamin C, a touch of moisturizer, and of course, sunscreen. That's how I prepare my skin for the day. Anyway, so I received this email from this modeling agency to go in for a meeting. And yesterday, I had that meeting. Hello, Catherine, Mallory, and Savannah. Anyway, I was absolutely thrilled to meet these young ladies. And they were extremely encouraging. We exchanged information, and of course I had some questions. And sure enough, I'm going to have a photo shoot because I have to put together, I guess, a bit of a professional portfolio so they can market my pictures to their clients, and we'll just see what happens. Now I'm using this Wet n Wild eyeshadow palette. It's been around a long time. All the products that I'm going to use today are going to be listed and linked in the description box below for you. Anyway, so here we go with this modeling career. Now, of course, there is money involved, but you know, I've thought about it, and I thought, why not make a bit of an investment in a possible modeling career? I mean, who would ever think? What this shows me, of course, is that opportunities can arise at any time of one's life circumstances. If anybody had ever told me that I would even consider being a model at any age, let alone 75, almost 76, by the way, I would have just fallen off my chair laughing. So anyway, so I'm going to give it a go and see, because even the experience of meeting these young ladies and learning about the industry a little bit, and also the experience that I'm going to have with the photo shoot, these are all valuable experiences. They help us experience different things in our lives, things that we may never have had the opportunity before. And I always thought that it's a good idea that if you have an opportunity to experience something new, take that opportunity, because it enriches your life. And the more experiences you have, the fuller your life is. Now I'm going to try the liquid eyeliner on my upper waterline. I usually use a gel pencil, and this is a very, very fine, you can see, let me see, put that there, you can see it best, I think. It's a very fine tip and a very liquidy formula. So let's see how this goes. I need a pretty steady hand for this, that's for sure. So it's kind of hard to talk when I'm doing this. It feels cold and tickles a bit going on. But it's going on quite nicely. I wore it one other time, and what I noticed was that it absolutely did not transfer at all to my bottom waterline, which I find that most of the gel ones do, even just a little bit. So I'm pretty happy with that. I guess it's just a matter of not getting it in my eye. I'll do the other eye off camera. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. It does take a little more work to apply than the gel pencil. I stopped using any kind of eyeliner on my upper eyelid quite a while ago because my poor eyelids, first of all, I have hooded eyes, and I think I've had them all my life, really. But they're certainly worse now that I'm older. And I just found I just could not avoid the skipping and the creasing on my upper lid, which is too bad because I used to enjoy wearing eyeliner up there, but using it underneath there on that waterline, I like that too. That's a good look for me. I'm using my NYX gray eye pencil just to put a little bit of a shadow underneath my lower lashes. I've tried using a dark eyeshadow for this purpose, but again, I just find there's just too many creases and little wrinkles under there. And I just want the slightest bit of definition under my eye there. Now, as far as makeup lasting, you know, eyeliner and foundation and blush and everything, when I put my makeup on, I'm pretty careful and I really enjoy the whole process. It's kind of a fun part of my day. I do enjoy doing it, and I like the result, and I'm usually pretty happy when I go off and do my activities for the day. But after that, I don't really think about my makeup at all, really. And in terms of it lasting, I never really pay much attention. You know, 6 or 8 or 10 hours later, I'm not really checking it unless I'm going out at night, which is not that often. And I don't really expect my makeup to last to the same degree as it was 8 hours previous. So if I'm going out at night, I kind of expect to perhaps add a little more eyeshadow. Usually my mascara is pretty good. I will add a little more powder perhaps. I usually will add a little more blush and of course lipstick. Now, I'm going to put my primer on, and this is my new e.l.f. Tone Adjusting Face Primer. And I was pretty shocked at this color. So let's see what happens. I'm just going to use a little bit like that and rub it like this. It has that silicone feel that's very common in face primers. I really enjoy using a face primer. I find it helps my makeup go on smoother. And I guess if I have an uneven tone or some little blemishes, this primer is supposed to smooth them out. So let's see. I mean, it doesn't go on green. I didn't expect it would go on green. It really feels very nice. It's silky. It's just lovely. And you saw the small amount I put on. And that amount is plenty for my whole face. So I really enjoy that. And the makeup that I'm using today is by Catrice. It's the HD Liquid Coverage. This is one, it's quite liquidy. You can see it just comes out in liquid drops. And I'm only going to put a small amount on my glass palette. I probably won't even use all of that. Just using that amount. You can see that it runs down, doesn't it? So we'll just dot that on and see what we have. I have the inclination sometimes to use too much foundation because you really don't need that much. I like to do the initial blending, especially on the forehead with my fingers and then with a sponge. So I just kind of press it in and all over, and then I will use a foundation brush. So that's kind of the technique that I use. I use both. Some people use one or the other, and I am much too lazy to get up and wet my sponge. I never wet my sponge. And now I'm just going to blend it in, and I'll finish the rest off camera. You can see that I still have some left on the palette. I used such a little bit, and you can see how it just blended right in. Now, is that because of the primer or because of the actual foundation? Who really knows? I don't know, but I certainly like this result. I'm very pleased with that. And now, of course, I'm going to put on a touch of powder. And this one is by Catrice. It's the all matte powder. I've had it for quite a while because you can see that the whole lid has broken off. But I'm trying to use up all my makeup, so I am going to do that. I'm just going to take a big powder brush and just put a little touch all over my face. I never put enough powder that it looks powdery. And I don't know, I just like the whole concept of using powder. Of course, I don't use any kind of concealer. And I have to confess, okay, so I've been using bronzer for several months now, all summer. And I'm trying to love it. I've tried different kinds. I've tried a few different colors, and I've found some really good colors for me. I've tried the cream kinds. And yes, they go on just fine, but I don't see that they make any difference at all in my appearance. I don't really understand what it's supposed to do. I can't see any difference. So it's a step that I've decided to just not bother with. Obviously, I have some bronzer products and I will use them, I suppose, but I'm not that keen on bronzers. Now comes the fun time. I'm going to apply this beautiful stick blush. This is a monochromatic, multi-purpose stick. and it's color Rose. Now, I think what I'll do is I'll just put a little bit on my finger because I haven't used this at all, and I don't know how pigmented it's going to be. So let's just put a little bit up there. I like the color. The color is really nice for me. So I'm just patting that in. And I'm going to take my brush and just smooth it a little bit. And I think that is quite nice. Just a little touch on my finger, imagine. I like the look of that, and I'll do the other one off camera. I'm very pleased with this. The formula is really soft and silky. And one thing that I notice is that the shimmer is just perfect for me. And also, what I find sometimes with cream blushes is that they will go blotchy. But this has just enough slip that it just seems to melt right into the skin. So I'm pretty happy with that. Next are the brows. And I have the e.l.f. Wow Brow. This is about the third or fourth that I have purchased. And this is just a perfect color for me. It's taupe. The only thing is, now it isn't expensive, but you know, you don't get that much product in the little tube. But because it is inexpensive, I don't really mind that too much. But this just is a wonderful, just gives enough color, and it helps the brow hairs to stay down. And of course, it comes in various colors. And I'll finish my brows off camera. My mascara today, L'Oreal Telescopic. I've had this for quite a while, but I'm trying to use it up. It has this little skinny little brush, which of course is a silicone or something. And it's kind of easy to use. I've been applying castor oil to my eyelashes at night when I think of it. That's the key, is to remember to do that. I just kind of put a little blob of oil on my finger and sweep it on my lashes. And darn, I do think that it's working and making my lashes longer. Maybe not that much thicker, but I'm quite pleased with the result. And so anyway, I'm just trying it. I know a lot of ladies use a lash growing serum, but I've never tried those. It doesn't mean that I won't ever, but for now I'm just using the castor oil because I've heard that that does pretty much the same thing, and I do see a little bit of a difference. The only thing with these tips and tricks that people do is sometimes I wonder if it's if I'm just imagining that there's really any difference. Like the bronzer. I mean, I just can't see any difference. I bought a lipstick in my new stash, and this is called Taffy. And it's a pretty color, but it's too dark for me. I swatched it one time. I'm not going to use it today. I'm going to give this to a friend who has a darker coloring than I do, and I think that she would like this. But what I am going to do is I'm going to use this multi-purpose stick and just put a little bit of color on my lips. And I'll just do that with my finger. Let's see what happens. Again, it's a very soft, silky texture. So it just feels almost like a gloss going on. So that just gives you an idea. And now, setting spray. Well, setting spray, I have, I think, one or two that I have tried a few times, again, when I remember to use it. But I had heard that this one is a really nice one and that it had a really nice sprayer. So this is from my new purchase, e.l.f. Coconut Mist. So let's see what happens. I don't even know exactly how to do this, but I think I've seen people do sort of a cross. So I'm going to try it that way. Oh, it certainly smells absolutely beautiful. It is a very nice fine mist. So I'm going to do my hair and put on my jewelry, and I will be right back. Well, I'm amazed that Oscar is still there. He's still snoozing away. Oscar, are you going to wake up and say hello to the ladies? Not a chance. I don't think so. Thank you for spending some time with me today. I have really enjoyed those e.l.f. products. I'm not sure about the lip color on me because that amount of glitter on my lips I'm not sure suits me that well, but I certainly like it on my cheeks. I really like the setting spray. I really love the primer, and I really am enjoying the liquid eyeliner. So you can't go far wrong with e.l.f. And remember, ladies, if I can be a model, so can you, so can anybody. You don't know what opportunities are out there. Just embrace life and have a great day, have a great weekend, and I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.